For the first time in history, a flying car has been granted approval by the FAA. It's called the Model A by Alef Aeronautics, and it has been given legal approval to fly by the US government. The car is 100% electric, perfectly capable of driving on roads, but if you need to avoid a traffic jam, you just fly, and it has a 110-mile flying range. Nowadays, we have enough to worry about, and do we really need now to worry about cars falling from the sky? Or perhaps you're just tired of the usual boring driving experience and want to take things to a whole new level? The vehicle takes off vertically and will only require a simple drone license to operate. You can place a pre-order, it'll cost you about $300,000, and Alef hopes to make its first deliveries of the Model A in the year 2025, revealing the undisclosed facts about the first flying electric vehicle that is hitting the market. You're about to find out later in this video. Before we proceed, we must issue a serious warning. Don't forget to buckle up by hitting that like button. Sky's the limit meant there were no speed limits up there, so use caution. Have you ever found yourself stuck in a traffic jam and just wished you could escape the never-ending line of cars? I bet you have. It's a universal feeling we can all relate to. Some people might try to find the nearest highway exit or avoid certain busy roads altogether. Let's face it, traffic delays can really mess up our plans, and that's no fun at all. Especially if you live in or frequently travel through cities like Chicago, Boston, or New York City. Congestion central. But here's the thing. Are flying cars really the best solutions that entrepreneurs and government officials can come up with? I mean, sure, American roads can be dangerous. Shockingly, statistics show that every single day, 20 people lose their lives in accidents involving vehicles. That's a lot. And what's even scarier is that this number is now as high as it was 4 decades ago, when safety measures and technology weren't as advanced as they are today. So, will flying cars make things worse for everyone, both on the roads and in the sky? Despite these valid concerns, Alef Aeronautics firmly believes in creating a vehicle with zero tailpipe emissions. Picture this, a vehicle that can smoothly transition from the road to the air, taking you high above all other vehicles when you feel like it. It may sound like something out of a science fiction movie or a daring venture for a newcomer in the conservative automotive industry. But guess what? Alef Aeronautics has achieved a major milestone. Their Model A has just been granted approval by the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) for test runs. That means it can actually fly in the United States. Now, getting this special airworthiness certification is a big deal. It gives Alef Aeronautics the green light to operate in the US airspace and designates specific locations for their test runs. They have to keep the government informed about everything they do in this regard. But what's truly remarkable is that this certification places Alef Aeronautics at the forefront of tackling the regulatory complexities of flying cars. As their CEO, Jim Duchovny, puts it, this is one small step for planes, one giant step for cars. And hey, let's give credit where it's due. While the Model A isn't the first of its kind to receive such a certification, it's still a noteworthy achievement. Now, let's address the safety concerns. Of course, the Model A must meet 121 safety requirements outlined by the National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration (NHTSA). These requirements cover various aspects such as vehicle design, construction, performance, and durability. But fear not, my friends. The CEO of Alef Aeronautics has reassured everyone that their flying car is actually safer than your regular old vehicles. It even comes equipped with a parachute just in case things go awry. This 2-seater all-electric wonder can travel up to 200 miles on the road or 110 miles in the air. But don't expect to see it zooming around highways at top speed. When it's on the ground, its maximum speed is a modest 25 miles per hour, so no flying races just yet. But the NHTSA has not only been concerned with Alef lately. The NHTSA got a request to recall all Tesla cars sold in the US in April. Someone named Kostas Lakafosis figured out why the cars suddenly speed up by themselves and suggested a fix. NHTSA said they'll look into it. China's State Administration for Market Regulation (SAMR) is investigating too, and Tesla recalled 1.1 million electric cars there. But in the US, nothing has happened yet, and there might be an old reason for that. Once flying cars like the Model A are deemed suitable for both road and air usage, lawmakers and regulators will have to figure out the rules and regulations to govern them. And let's be real here, that process is probably going to take a while. So while we're excited about Alef Aeronautics' progress, don't get your hopes up too high just yet. Speaking of hopes and dreams, how much do you think owning a flying car would cost? Well, Alef Aeronautics estimates that their gimbaled rotating cabin design, known as the Model A, will set you back around $300,000. But hey, if you want to be among the first to own one, you can join a priority queue by paying $1,500. If you're not quite ready to commit, a $150 deposit might be more up your alley. And the best part is, both deposits are fully refundable if you change your mind before the product is ready to be delivered. The plan is for Alef Aeronautics to start delivering their flying cars by late 2025, although it's doubtful that all the necessary federal laws will be in place by then. Furthermore, future owners will need to prove that they have the necessary skills to safely take off, fly, and land. This poses a challenge not only for potential owners, but also for law enforcement. Will police officers start using Model A flying cars, or will helicopters and small planes continue to do the job? Alef Aeronautics has also hinted at a future model called the Model Z, which is expected to have nearly double the flying range of the FAA-approved Model A. However, the powertrain for the Model Z might not be battery electric. The company is exploring the use of hydrogen. As for the name, well, it's still up in the air, pun intended. Ford may still hold the trademark for the Model A moniker, so we'll have to wait and see. The Alef flying car, powered by batteries, is designed to take off vertically using 8 propellers housed inside a body similar in size to a large sedan. Inside the vehicle, 1 or 2 passengers sit within a bubble, while most of the interior is empty space. This vertical takeoff technology is well established in the drone industry and has been tested with 2 Alef Zero prototypes. The next step in the aircraft's design, which has been tested with smaller scale prototypes, is the pivotal feature that allows the body to shift from upward flight to forward flight. During this transition, the body rotates 90 degrees along its long axis, with one side becoming the top wing and the other side becoming the bottom wing. To visualize it, imagine your hand as the Alef Model A, flat with fingers pointing forward as if you were driving. But as it flies, twist your hand so that your thumb is on top, and now your palm faces into the wind. The bubble, initially facing forward for driving mode, also pivots along 2 axes to face forward during flight. This ambitious project has 2 teams working on parallel designs to accelerate development, one in San Mateo and another in Silicon Valley at the company's Santa Clara headquarters. Initially, the Alef Model A aims to handle short hops that can briefly lift the aircraft over problem areas on roads. The first model is expected to carry a payload of approximately 200 pounds, including the passenger and baggage. The engineering director and co-founder Konstantin Kisley mentioned the possibility of a 2-person design that doubles the payload. Additionally, the company plans to develop an Alef version powered by hydrogen fuel cells, which would offer a much longer range of 400 miles. However, the transition from upward takeoff to horizontal flight with a human passenger has not been tested yet and will be conducted after the startup secures additional funding. The company's early investor, Tim Draper, a well-known venture capitalist from Silicon Valley who also funded Tesla, shows confidence in Alef's potential. Ultimately, the Alef Z aims to achieve a range of 200 miles in flight and 400 miles on the road, accommodating 4 to 6 passengers. In the end, Alef Aeronautics envisions bringing a $35,000 flying car to the market and hopes to make it a reality with the support of early adopters who have the means. But the big question remains: are you Americans ready for today's drivers to become part-time pilots? It's a question that only time will answer. Until then, let's keep our feet on the ground and enjoy the thrill of the open road while we can. Who knows, maybe one day we'll all be cruising through the sky like the Jetsons. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out how Rimac EV hypercar smashes world record challenging Elon Musk, then click on the left. And if you do not want to miss any videos, then please click that subscribe button.